I will try to with the time. So at first, I would like to modify my topic into welfare state, welfare society, or populism, a three crossroads for public choice in Thailand. At first, the introduction part is that in 2010, one banker said that during this period, Thailand was in a critical function that would determine her future during the next term, especially the issue of the welfare state. The important question was that, is Thailand ready to step into a welfare state? This is in response to the statement of the former Prime Minister Abhisit Vejjajiva statement that the next 6 years, Thailand would be a welfare state. His aim to make the welfare state free throughout life would be to cut the use of populist campaigning. The message above has given rise to a controversial debate in the context of both agreement and disagreement. Especially, one of the former deputy prime minister from his own party, Dr. Thairong Suwanthiri, announced again that Thailand could not be a welfare state, but a welfare society. In fact, such a wishful statement was a better state is not even Thailand. The search for measures to reduce economic disparity and social inequality has been proposed and practiced as public policy along the Thai historical course of public administration and political development since 1932. Until today, the Thai people have the opportunity to recognize and benefit from social welfare and populist policy in various ways. The political phenomenon that the Thai people have faced are the fact that political parties have proposed various innovative policies in order to win the election and form government. This is why many Thai people face a crossroads, at least three crossroads. This is a rationale of this study which aims at investigating, analyzing, and finding which road is appropriate and feasible to the country. This article is the result of qualitative research using data mainly from various documents from web pages. The study employs one of the oldest methods that they are analytic induction with dialectic logic. The logic of presentation would begin with what are the welfare states, welfare society, and populism in the context of principle and practice and political ideology. Second, I will present the result of the analysis and interpretation of phenomenon of political conditions that led to three junctions of public choice for Thailand. And third, I will conclude which path the country should walk. First, what is welfare state? This study would focus on the social democratic model, especially Sweden, for various reasons that I would like to waste time to point out. So welfare state in this context is a general concept defined as a concept of government in which the state plays a key role in the protection and promotion of the economic and social well-being of its citizens. It is based on the principle of equality of opportunity, equitable distribution of wealth, and public responsibility for those unable to avail themselves of the minimal provisions for a good life. So the modern welfare state involves a direct transfer of funds from the state to the services provided, for instance, healthcare, education, as well as directly to individuals. The welfare state is funded through redistributionist taxation. The second, what is the welfare society? If a welfare society is defined as a society where people are at the center of management through local communities and non-profit organizations, while the welfare state is regarded to place great importance to helping the poverty level and low-income group, the welfare society is giving rise to the idea of the welfare state for the middle class. The welfare society means a society having many forms of welfare handled by multiple institutions and being independent of each other. Each institution creates welfare on the basis of competence and appropriateness of such an institution. The third one is, what is populism? Populism is defined in general either as an ideology or as political philosophy or a type of discourse, for instance, of socio-political thought that compares the people against the elite and urges social and political system change, or a type of political mobilization that is essentially devoid of theory. So for almost a decade ago, one scholar which used to be a World Bank economist, the name Subtheme2 compares the implication of populist policy in Thailand to be the same as those employed in Latin America, especially Argentina. So when the populist politicians won the elections, first they would spend the budgets to carry on measures and policy to make them and the government popular. Center stage, until the people became chronically addicted. This was an early sign that would bring society into bankruptcy. The process leading to the collapse started when the government spending was over revenues. The reserve was used until exhausted, and then they had to borrow money from abroad. When they could not borrow anymore, they continued to print banknotes in a massive volume, which led to a high level of inflation. When the value of money was reduced to almost no value, and Argentina was lack of ability to repay the debt, bankruptcy eventually occurred. The result took 40 years from the day that started populism. This is what Dr. Subtheme2 used, the so-called historical life cycle analogy, that the populist policy would cause Thailand a collapse. So in my analysis and interpretation, the study comes up with the following 5 findings, of which is opinions and facts. So group 1, the dream of the Swedish welfare state. The first group has a dream and desire to change Thailand into a full welfare state, like Sweden, with regard to the basis of facts. Anyhow, the group realized that the level of economic and political development in Thailand cannot be compared to that of Sweden. In parallel with the above opinion, it has currently emerged the political movement to campaign and call for change in Thailand. They want the welfare state created under the concept of social democracy. In their view, Thailand is ready to become a welfare state because she is classified in the mid-level developed country. Group 2, technical feasibility of the Thai welfare state. The group believes that the full welfare state is going to be infeasible for Thailand in the short run, based on various technically quantitative measurements. Firstly, the countries that could create the welfare state have a very high proportion of revenue per GDP, which is about 40 to 50%. Secondly, the welfare state countries have developed its own economy to the much level. But the government of Thailand still needs to develop a lot of infrastructure. So those in Group 2 see no feasibility for Thailand to be a welfare state. For Group 3, welfare society proposal to transcend populism. This group was the opponents of the populist policy of Thai parties, but now it's a Per2 party. The third group proposed that welfare society would be appropriate to the country over welfare state. The proposal received strong support from former Deputy Prime Minister Thailong Suwankiri of the Democrat Party, who announced with confidence that Thailand could not be a welfare state, but a welfare society. In his opinion, due to constraints on the revenue of the state and others, the government should use existing mechanisms such as village fund of the Thaksin Shinawatra government to develop a social welfare. He believed that the form of social welfare society would create awareness of the Thai people to mutually think and mutually do without waiting for help from the government. So what is a welfare society concept in the Thai sense? Welfare society is defined in this institutional and operational context as the synergies from the various sectors of society to create social welfare in many forms. Group 4, the quest for meaning but doubts over the implementation of populism. The group did not agree with the populist policy of former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra. It also severely criticized that such policy would cause Thailand a collapse in the same way as Argentina. So the last group, strong belief in and support of populism.